Hey, for Jason to come back as like actual Jason, does it have to be a living vagina? It's basically.
Evo.
Evo.
I feel like Jason Goes to Hell was even worse than Jason Goes to Manhattan.
I feel like at least a lot of the visual effects look better in Jason Goes to Hell.
Yeah, I would agree. Also, they bring in like Jason's sister that has never been a part.
I guess we're starting the episode.
Let's get it going, baby.
So in Jason Goes to Hell,
Jason Goes to Hell, I think, is one of the worst iterations, just based on all the shit that they do that's not related and never talked about ever again. Like, Jason is literally a fucking alien in that movie.
Yeah, or he's not an alien, but he's got like this parasite inside of him that looks exactly like the parasite that like bursts out of the stomach of that one dude in the Alien movies.
Yeah.
And like that's what makes Jason keep coming back. That's the evil inside Jason.
For real.
And it's so like, what the fuck? Where is this coming from?
Yeah. Also, like, Jason's sister is the thing in Jason Goes to Hell, and they've never talked about Jason's sister before, and they never talk about her again. Also, something that's important that you need to know, Jason dies, and the way for Jason to be reborn into Jason's body is he has to go through, like, he's been possessing people the entire movie.
Jason finally actually dies in this one, because like a SWAT team is like, use fucking rocket launchers and shit.
Also, if I remember correctly, like, whatever Jason 7 ended, like, it did not at all lead into a situation where Jason Goes to Hell started.
It did not.
Because that was Jason Goes to Manhattan and Jason Goes to Hell, right?
Yes.
So it's like, how the fuck did we get here?
Yeah, like last we saw Jason, he was in Manhattan, had been reverted back to a child because of radioactive waste he got exposed to in a sewer underneath Manhattan. And then, like, next thing, we're back at Crystal Lake and he's an adult again.
Yeah.
And they're like, they've set up a situation for SWAT to just like blow him the fuck up.
One thing I will say that's nice about Jason Goes to Hell is they show some pretty smacking titties like right out the gate.
Yeah, that does happen.
Yeah, so they knew what they were doing.
On some level it's nice, and on some level it's like gratuitous. I'm like, I get it. Like,
I mean, I'm not like, okay, I don't know how to exactly verbalize this, I guess. Like, I don't really care about the boobs that much, but it is an appeal of watching Jason. Like, whenever it happens, you're like, yeah!
I'm like, why am I even here if there's no titties?
Pretty much.
Work with me, you fucking platform.
But yeah, an important part I was about to say, like, where the fuck's the coin?
Yeah.
An important part I was about to say for Jason Goes to Hell, like an important plot point, is Jason's been like possessing people the entire...
Yeah,
nice.
Like that's how he can come back, is he can possess different bodies. Also not something Jason has ever been displayed to be able to do before.
And the way he gets like some doctors working on him.
Also, in that one, I think it is arguable that the first guy that dies is a black character, because there's like a dude performing an autopsy on him. And Jason possesses that body, which basically, if you get possessed by Jason, you're dead.
And the way he got possessed didn't make a lot of sense. Like, you just hear like the
and then
like
he just starts eating Jason's flesh.
Yeah, he eats Jason's fucking heart.
Oh yeah,
specifically.
Yeah, you're right.
But what I've been trying to say is, so Jason's whole goal is like he's taking over other people's bodies and not actually turning into Jason, so he's not at his full power. What Jason has to do is he has to do that, but to a living relative of Jason. So it's shown early on that Jason has a sister, which has never been talked about the entire time.
Yeah, not once.
Not a single time. And so the whole time he's trying to find his sister, and his sister gets killed, but then you also find out that Jason's sister has a daughter, so he's like, all right, I'm gonna take that soul. But also Jason's sister has a baby, so Jason's like, fuck it, I'll take that baby.
Yeah.
But then he doesn't get to take either of them, and Jason's sister is actually dead in a basement. Jason falls into a basement, and then this is whenever he's like a face eater.
I feel like we're kind of like skipping some important parts to complain about, but you go ahead.
This is the part that I felt was the stupidest.
It's pretty crazy.
So Jason, as a face eater, I forgot, how did he turn into the face eater?
Or like a head hugger?
Yeah, head hugger.
Like, whenever he's possessing people, like that little alien body is like inside of them, basically.
Gotcha.
And like a lot of, if I remember correctly, a lot of the times whenever he's like switching from one body to another, he like basically makes out with whoever he's possessing, and like this gross like thing of organs like transfers between their mouths. So
yeah. So with that, Jason, as a, you said it's a face eater, is that what they're called? Or a face hugger?
Head hugger?
I don't know what the fuck it is. Everyone knows what we're talking about.
Yeah, the thing from Alien.
Yeah. It's like Alien mixed with like the Half-Life thing, kind of.
Yeah.
You should let go with your left hand so I can grab onto this bad boy.
Yeah. Oh.
My bad, that's your right hand.
Yeah, that's my right hand.
My apologies, sir. Okay, swing me up to that beesh. Nice.
Yeah. Cool. Cool.
Nice. So you come up here. Nice. Just swing around town.
Yeah, that's probably a good call.
So, the big climax that you guys have been waiting for. Jason, as a face eater, slides into his sister's vagina.
His dead sister's vagina.
His dead sister's
His dead
vagina.
sister, who has been dead for like at least a few days.
Yeah. And then he off screen immediately turns into Jason, like outfit, mask, and everything.
Yeah.
And he just pops out of the ground and he's like, "Sup, I'm Jason, bitch." Most ridiculous shit ever.
Yeah, and like to justify it before that happens, one of the characters is like, "Hey, does the prophecy?" Also, there's like a prophecy.
Oh yeah, that's important.
Never been a prophecy before.
Not a single.
Like, hey, does the
no? I got you, brother.
Thanks. No poopins for us.
I'm gonna swing you up.
Cool.
Nice.
Oh no.
Can you not grab because of the poop?
No, I can. I just didn't want to. Like nasty.
Oh jeez.
But yeah, one of the characters is like, "Hey, for Jason to come back as like actual Jason, does it have to be a living vagina?" It's basically. And they're like,
I'm sorry, I killed you.
It's cool. And the guy's like, "I guess not."
And then just, "I'm Jason, bitch." I don't know.
It was ridiculous.
Also, Jason, like, there's like an abandoned Voorhees house that's never been talked about, and it's like a fucking mansion.
Yeah.
And I've always assumed Jason was probably poor.
Yeah.
And lower class.
Like, why was he at that like shitty Camp Crystal Lake in the first place? If, like.
Also, at what point did Jason become retarded? Because they never really talk about him being retarded initially.
Also, his mom was working at Camp Crystal Lake, so that doesn't pay enough money to live in a mansion.
Yeah, for real. Also, his mom probably should have been fucking there. What if his mom the whole time was actually fucking?
Yeah, it's actually her fault.
Something!
So, in case you don't know, the way Jason dies as a child is like he's swimming. I'm trying. There we go. He's swimming in Camp Crystal Lake, and he's supposed to be being watched by camp counselors, and he's kind of retarded, so he doesn't. He also just doesn't know how to swim, and somehow gets out into the middle of the lake without knowing how to swim.
Yeah.
Also,
that's a good. I never thought about that. That's a good point.
Yeah, and he drowns there, and the camp counselors weren't paying attention because they were fucking, and that's why Jason is like always killing teenagers like while they're fornicating, pretty much.
Okay.
Get the fuck out of here.
Throw me over there, baby.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh. There must be an invisible wall there.
Yeah. I'm good to know.
Okay, hold on.
No! No!
Oh no.
What the fuck?
You know what? Let's die. Let's splatter some of these invisible platforms.
Too bad the farts are in the way.
Yeah.
Something I thought was funny too is like the actress who plays Jason's mom in the first movies was apparently like pretty well known. I don't know who she is, but the only reason she took the job in the first place was because she needed money to buy a car, and she thought that the script was like trash.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe my career has come to this."
And it is kind of trash. Like, it's pretty bad. Like, I almost fell asleep in the first Friday the 13th.
The first few, honestly.
Yeah.
Come on. I think we gotta bring it around town.
Okay, yeah, I see what's going on here.
Because there's like an invisible wall over here.
Hand me that coin. If you can.
I'm trying.
Cool. Alright. Ow! Okay.
That's my right hand.
Okay. Ooh,
Nice.
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Good job.
Thanks. Good job, Pete.
Thanks. But yeah. Also, they're very inconsistent. Like, it doesn't make sense because, like, a reason that they say that Jason goes on to kill people is because in the first movie, like, it's actually Jason's mom who's killing everybody.
Yeah.
And it's as an act of revenge for her son dying, because they weren't watching him, even though she was working at the camp also, and I don't know what she was doing at that time.
Yeah.
So the surviving girl from the first movie, like, cuts Jason's mom's head off with the machete that Jason goes on to use for, like, most of the
Oh
time.
yeah, I didn't realize it was the same. You're making me realize stuff I never put together.
Yeah, but it's, like, inconsistent also, like everything in that franchise. So, like, Jason's supposed to be dead at that point, hence, you know, why the mom's going on that revenge killing spree. But at the same time, an established part of, like, why Jason goes on to kill people is he saw his mom get decapitated by the surviving girl from the first movie. Like, how's that happening if he's dead?
Yeah. Also, he initially doesn't even show up, and like the way he shows up is he's like submerged in the lake, and it's like a jump scare. Stupid.
Yeah, it's dumb. Can you yeet on up here?
Fuck.
Okay. Should I come back?
No, you stay there. I'll come to you.
Okay.
I don't know if that's enough distance to grab that coin, though, is the problem.
I think it should be. I think. I mean, how else would we
try
get it?
Oh, fuck. I have to try and splatter over there to see.
Here,
if
let
there's,
me
like,
see what's...
anything.
Oh, that's not where I wanted that splatter to go.
An inconvenient splatter.
Yeah.
I've got an idea. Let's try and get... Oh. Let's try and get over there,
Okay.
and then we'll try to refinagle the coin to be in between us.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. You grab onto a block.
Yeah, I'm trying to grab onto like the edge of this block over here.
Yeah.
God damn it. Motherfucker.
Okay. No. Oh, okay.
There.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
God damn.
Get the fuck out of here. No.
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 Just a
Ah,
little
my
bit on the wrist.
hands.
A little on the wrist.
Yeah.
At least you saved your king.
Yeah, that's true.
Alright, let go with your left.
There we go. There's like nothing to grab onto here.
I feel like there's got to be something.
Okay, just yeet me into the abyss.
Okay.
Ah!
Yeeted
Sorry.
It's okay. Nothing.
What the fuck?
That sucks.
Also, the splatter that we got is gone, I guess,
Yeah.
because we've splattered too much.
Time to resplat. No,
Yeah.
it just slowly fades with time.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Nice.
I feel like the best way to do it is to get to where we're underneath this like U shape, the flag that we're trying to get to,
Yeah.
connected, and then we should just be able to swing down and pick it up. I think.
That's probably a good idea. We may actually even want to just use the like the safety thing to our advantage.
Yeah, that might be a good idea too.
Alright, yeah, let's just try and get over to...
Let go. Yeah, there. Or maybe let go. I'm holding on to
You let
you,
go.
so you let go with
let
all
go.
hands.
You let go.
Why?
Let go. You're holding on to my face. No, wrong way. You were holding on to my face. It wasn't like an optimal position for me to grab onto you.
Okay.
Okay, hold my hand.
Huh?
Okay, stop. Oh, fuck. We got stuck together.
Okay. Well.
Let go. Let go. Let go. Let go.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Stop moving. Stop moving. Okay, I'm gonna let go.
Okay. Oh, there's something down here.
Cool. I don't think you need it.
Yeah. Okay. Whoop. Yeah.
This game makes your index fingers sore after a while.
Yeah, a little
While
bit.
to hold them.
Not me, because I'm an elite gamer.
You can in 2 beats. You should swing me. Wait, oh no, fucking shit.
I mean, this is fine. We can just swing over here and then swing up to the next one. There we go. Okay, just toss me? Yeah.
Well, you gotta work. I'm trying to get a bigger swing. Now you get up there and that way you can pull the... Help me pull it.
Yeah. What else is there to complain about?
So much.
Oh, also, you could just, like, this gives us a little bit more reach to get the coin, too.
Nice.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Nice.
Alright, let's...
Wait, I can probably just...
Okay.
Shook loops.
Nice.
Bloop. Cool.
Yeah.
Good job, Ethan.
Yeah, you too.
I feel like we watched the initial one so close back to back that like through like the first one and the 7th one, they're all kind of like a blur together of just pure shit. Yeah. Especially like the 3rd through the 6th one. It's hard for me to remember. What even happens in Jason like?
So in like 4? Jason 4, they're like the final Friday.
Everyone is like the final Friday.
Like this time it's really the last one.
This time for sure.
Except for the one that actually was the last one. Yeah. They're like, we're definitely getting a sequel out of this. Like,
something back to Jason Takes Manhattan that's kind of satisfying is like originally the script had like way more New York involved, but New Line Cinema was like, I ain't paying for that shit. You okay?
Yeah, I'm just tired of Willem Dafoe showing up so early.
But yeah, so
spilling his
like
beans everywhere.
The writer / director of that movie like has some audio commentary in his Blu-ray where he's like, I'm just so sorry that this movie is a huge piece of shit. Yeah. This is not at all what I wanted.
Yeah.
The studio fucked me, so I'm sorry. So that was a little nice.
Yeah.
But still, a huge piece of shit.
Yeah. Also, whenever they are on the boat, which they're on for most of that movie, like, there's an establishing shot on the outside of it where it looks like a dinghy.
Yeah.
But then, like, throughout most of the movie, like, the inside of the ship is like a fucking giant cruise line. Yeah. Like, it doesn't make any sense. There's no space in that ship for that much stuff.
Also, do you remember that really weird, like, disco?
Yeah, where he's just straight up teleporting.
Yeah. I think I read that it took them, like, 3 days to film that.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I remember it was, like, so many cuts back to back.
Yeah.
It was just a weird, uncomfortable scene.
Yeah.
And not a good kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's like, why did you decide to do it this way?
Yeah.
The best kill in that entire franchise is like in the 3rd or 4th one, I feel like. There's this dude that's doing like a handstand for like no specific reason. And he just like
he's just established as like,
I'm the handstand guy.
Like, I just handstand walk everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't even remember for sure which Jason that was.
It was one of the early Jasons.
Yeah.
But anyways.
I think it was 3. I want to say it was the same one with the fat kid. Yeah. Who I think is where he gets his first hockey mask.
The 3rd one is definitely the one with the fat kid. That's awkward that gets his first hockey mask. Yeah. Anyways, that dude's handstanding and walking down, and he happens to bump into Jason, and Jason just machetes the fuck out of this dude's mouth.
Yeah, it's bad.
And then you don't see him, like it happens off camera, and then it like cuts back to this guy later, and Jason like put him up in the rafters, and he's literally like
he's not imagine a wishbone.
Yeah.
Like,
you snap a wishbone, but you don't really commit. It's like halfway.
Yeah, it's like he cut him deep in the nuts, and then he was like, okay,
that's enough.
Stop with the machete now, and I'm just gonna grab the ankles and then
pretty much,
and just like rip him apart. Fucking like, Willem Dafoe, get the fuck out of here.
Lucky day for me.
And like he's torn in half, like up to his like sternum, basically. Yeah. And it's fucking grisly. Yeah. I'm like, Jesus! Why did Jason have it in for this dude so bad?
He's always wanted to handstand.
I hate people handstanding.
Handstanding killed my father and raped my mother.
My mom was always like, you know, Jason, I would love you way more if you could handstand, but, like, you can't, so I'm not gonna save you from drowning.
I bet if you could handstand, you wouldn't drown, stupid bitch.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. If I was handstanding, my face would be even closer to the bottom of the water, and I'd drown even faster. God damn it, Mom. Fuck you.
You're a bitch.
This is why I'm retarded, because of you. And you're...
There's no pleasing you, Mom. Doesn't matter how many kids I kill, you still like, kill more kids. And I'm like, I'm tired of killing kids.
I don't even like killing kids. I just want to have some friends.
What? Yeah. Really, Jason's just a tragic figure all around.
Maybe that's just Jason's way of trying to make friends. Oh, jeez. Oh, there we go. Okay, but now we still gotta go with your lefty boy.
Oops, wrong one, sorry.
It's okay.
So now we've got spinning invisible platforms.
Fun.
Okay.
Now left hand. Grab that leash.
I don't think I can reach it from here. I cannot.
Fuck.
Oh.
At least we got a little splat.
Little splat.
Little ploosh.
Oh.
Mama.
Man, there's like nothing over there.
Take my hand.
Oops. I don't think I actually have your hand. Oh, maybe I do? Not sure.
Sort of do. Run an odd position.
Very odd. Hold on.
Swing it up the wood. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, okay.
I need a little bit more slack. Hold on. Wait, what am I? I think this platform goes a lot longer than we thought it did.
I'll let go with my left.
Okay. Just be careful. Oop.
Looking like we're getting mined.
Oh,
jeez.
Okay, cool. Now what?
We gotta find a way.
I think this is flat on top, so...
we gotta find a way to, like,
okay, just
stop
you
moving.
stay there. I'm gonna try to just wriggle the coin in my general direction.
Let go of me. Okay. Hold on. Maybe you can get around me, like go around town and grab. Here.
Oh, damn it! Hold on.
Close.
Maybe. Hold on.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I think that's
should be
good.
fine.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Now we just gotta try to figure out where other stuff to grab is. Okay, cool. Here we go.
Nice. Cool. I just had a thought. What if they're like invisible spikes?
Oh, that would fucking blow. That would be such a dirty move.
For real. Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
It's always the same hand to let go whenever we're holding. Like,
yeah, I just didn't remember for sure which one I had originally used.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Get up in here, babe. Do some cuddle time with your bro. Cuddle and smash.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know. Like, I feel like we've already drained the Friday the 13th.
I feel like we could keep going,
so
but
much.
we've probably people are probably like, I get it.
It sucks.
Yeah.
I've seen them. I know. But think about it, Ethan. Maybe we did our civic duty of making people know how much this shitty franchise is before they go through what we did and watch all 12 of them.
Yeah.
So you're welcome.
It was still kind of a fun time,
Yeah, I had a good time.
even though they sucked.
Yeah.
What?
I don't see how someone could watch that and be like, these are genuinely good, scary movies.
Yeah. I'm so scared.
One last complaint.
I have so many more complaints, honestly.
I do too, but we got to wrap this up, and we're at the end of this one. So it's been a long episode. But like the is apparently supposed to be Jason thinking like, kill, mom, because he's always thinking about killing in his mom.
Yeah.
But they did a really fucking bad job of making that sound like kill, mom. And they made it sound like it's like, yeah, dummy. Why the fuck didn't you know that, you stupid bitch?
Yeah.
Maybe because you did a shitty job sound designing it.
Yeah. I would agree. The main thing I wanted
like
to
a handsome
complain
kid.
about before we kind of like let this go.
Yeah.
So part 4 introduces this character that's like a little kid. Whenever he first shows up, he's in the next like 3 movies, but is it actually? It's
Yeah.
3, right?
It's like the in-between one is like completely ditched though. Because,
Yeah.
like, at the end
They're
of
like,
that
that didn't happen.
one, I forgot about that one. That one is such a piece of shit. That's like the halfway house one.
Yeah. So like in the 4th movie, it's this little kid who's living with his family, his mom and his sister, and he has a dog. Also, a whole bunch of kids are like vacationing next to them. All those kids die. The last you see of the mom, she just like looks at the camera and is startled. And they never say what happened to her.
Yeah. They don't show Jason killing her. They don't do.
You never find any
Anything.
body or anything.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah. Until like 2 movies later, and they're like, my mom died because of Jason.
Like, okay, well, I guess it's good to finally have confirmation that she fucking died.
Yeah, for real.
2 movies later.
Also, that kid's dog just jumps out of a window out of nowhere and is never seen or heard from again. And I like to envision that he just sprouted wings and was like, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'm getting out of this
Fuck
shitty
this
movie.
shit.
I'm going to Airbud.
I'm better than this. And that was the only successful actor from any of the Jason movies ever.
I don't know, wasn't Kevin Bacon in like
Oh,
the
yeah.
first
Yeah, I
Friday the
forgot about that.
13th?
Kevin Bacon very quickly was like, I'm getting the fuck out of this shit.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
like at the end of the first movie, the girl survives, but then they kill her in the first like 3 minutes of the second movie. So it's like, why the fuck did she survive in the first place?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Also, for the first like 4 movies, they all end the same way. Like one girl survives and she's carted off by either the police or like an ambulance,
And
and
never
they're
heard
just
from
like
again.
hysterical, just like Jason almost killed me, killed all my friends. The end.
Okay. Yeah, whatever. Shut up, bitch. Jason, big fucking dude.
This Heave character's
Yeah.
face. Oh, well,
Yeah,
they
I
changed.
saw it.
That was about my emotional state through most of the Jason movies.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
This face she's making right now is not a face I ever had during the entire Jason franchise because I was never startled nor scared.
Yeah.
That was my face whenever it was over. Like, finally, I'm done.
No, this was my face after
I
it was
can
over.
remember.
I was like, man, I wasted so much time.
We spent literally like an entire day of our lives watching Jason movies.
Yeah. This is me begging for that time back.
Please, God! I didn't know what I was getting myself into!
Yeah.
I don't deserve this!
Excuse me. You're good. Yeah. Any other complaints you wanna?
Let me think. You got anything else? While I
I'm
think?
sure I could think of more. But
Jason barely uses a machete.
yeah, I don't know. Like, especially for the first like 5 or
Yeah.
6 movies, like it's not like he only uses a machete or anything.
In the last one we saw, he straight up kills a dude with a bow and arrow, and they never show Jason
Having
ever-
the ability to perform archery.
Yeah, or where he got the bow and arrow.
Yeah.
It's just like, dead.
Also, Jason's just like way smarter in that movie for some
Yeah.
reason. Like he
Yeah,
has
yeah.
set up a bunch of traps all throughout the woods,
Yeah.
and also knows how to do electrical engineering,
Yeah,
and
for
has
real.
dug out like a maze of tunnels underneath the camp
Yeah.
and shit.
The best Jason is hands down Jason 6 Jason because he's got that like childish innocence and he's just fucking people up like crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
And there's jokes in there. That one's like peak. They should have
Yeah.
just kept doing that for
yeah,
sure.
yeah,
But yeah, shitty franchise.
yeah. It's bad.
So you're welcome.
Yeah,
We just boiled down like 24 hours worth of content into 3 episodes, so
yeah,
you can thank us later.
yeah.
And you should also if you've seen the Jason movies, let us know what you think is the stupidest thing in all the Jason movies, or if you disagree with us, because we want to hear some good opinions or whatever.
Also in Jason X, whenever he gets like regenerated,
So
and
fucking stupid.
he's got like various parts of his body have turned into metal. And
Yeah.
he's got like a metal cod piece, and also like every other person who gets regenerated by it just looks like a normal
Yeah,
person.
but Jason's fucking jacked for whatever reason. like, 2
Jason's
times
fucking
bigger.
jacked and like made of metal.
Also, it fixes his like wonky eye. He's got 2 normal eyes.
Yeah, yeah, that's true too. And it also gives him like a new metal mask.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid.
Just like something about that technology is like, ooh, something about this Jason guy.
Those
Gonna
3
treat him real special.
the 3 made by New
This
Line.
is our fans. Like, oh my god, stop!
The first 8 are terrible, or the first 6 are not great, but then like my least favorite are Jason Goes to Manhattan, Jason Goes to Hell, and Jason X, because those ones, they don't even fucking do whatever the like title of the movie is until the last like 10 or 15 minutes of the movie.
Well, I mean, in what What do you mean in Jason X for that?
Well, I guess Jason X is called Jason X because it's Jason 10.
Yeah.
But I always thought Jason X was Jason X because, like, on the poster, it's him being metallicized, like being metallic. I don't think metallicized is a word.
Yeah.
But
augmented.
Like, yeah, the augmented Jason,
Yeah.
and he doesn't turn into the augmented Jason until like the very end of the fucking movie.
Yeah.
And in Jason Goes to Hell, he doesn't even go to hell until the very end of the movie, and we don't even see Jason in hell.
Yeah.
He just gets dragged into some sand, and then in Takes Manhattan, he's not even in Manhattan till the last 20 minutes of the fucking movie.
Another thing that's fucking weird about that, at the end of Jason Goes to Hell, like, there's like a teaser, maybe like partway through the credits or something, where like Freddy's clawed hand reaches up through the ground and like takes Jason's mask.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we're leading up to Freddy versus Jason, but then you check like when movies were released. Like Jason X comes out before Freddy versus Jason in the year 2000, and then Freddy versus Jason finally comes out like 2003, 2004, like a full like 9 or so fucking years after Jason Goes to Hell.
I'm pretty sure Jason Goes to Hell was like 1989 or like 1990.
I thought it was 1991 or so.
It was a long fucking time.
And also Jason X is just completely disregarded from the timeline, I guess. Just like that shit didn't happen.
I feel like that just happens with every other movie that they make.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, no.
Yeah.
There was also one where Jason wasn't even Jason. It was just some random cop guy that was killing a bunch of kids because his son died. That was the Halfway House one.
Yeah, that was the Halfway House one.
And then at the end,
that one
guy,
was completely disregarded.
Yeah. Then at the end of that one, the kid that we were talking about before that had like a 3-movie arc. Like at the end of that one, it was like, I'm Jason now for some reason.
Because I killed Jason and now his evil lives on inside me.
And then they were like, no, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah. Just kidding. None of that happened. These last 2 movies didn't happen. Now we're like retcon.
Yeah.
So many retcons.
Yeah. Have some consistency. Geez.
Yeah. Still our fans. Like, oh my god, I don't care.
They could have left a while ago.
Yeah.
Anyways, we love you guys. If you stuck around this long, thanks. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and fuck the bell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Milligrams Valium. It's all right now, Alice. It's all over. Everything's over.